lot of great buildings in Buffalo. There probably is a great need for more restoration, just as you're doing, isn't there?
Oh, there sure is. There's all kinds of opportunities here. We have great old architecture in Buffalo, and
great architecture indeed, such as this latest challenge for Buffalo developer Clifford Jones. Being restored to its original 3-story splendor is the Buffalo Catholic Institute, built by the Diocese of Buffalo at Main and Virginia Streets in the last century.
This is circa 1890s landmark building, originally used for a public library, as well as lecture halls and meeting rooms and first floor mercantile. The corner originally was a pharmacy with a soda bar, and there was a men's clothing store on the other end. The exterior of the building we're totally restoring. The ornate terracotta forms and shapes will be thoroughly cleaned right to the original surface. Any damaged or broken sections will be restored or rebuilt to the original contours and the original color. The brickwork had been cleaned about 5 years ago. They did a great job cleaning it. All it needs now is to be tuck pointed. All the sheet metal work, that's all copper ornamental sheet metal work, that's going to be all restored, stripped down to the original surface and refinished. The existing balustrade has missing spindles over its entire length. We're going to clean that entirely. All the decayed areas will be rebuilt, and all the missing spindles will be replaced.
The windows are just magnificent. I mean, those are the originals, probably?
Those are all the original windows as far as the frames and the sash are concerned. We retrofitted all the glazing with insulated glass to bring them up to state-of-the-art standards.
It's completely gutted, and there's going to be quite a restoration, isn't there?
Well, throughout the years, there's been a certain amount of salvaging done. A lot of the interior fabric has been removed, and our intentions are to replace and restore pretty much to the original configuration and detail.
Can we take a look inside?
Oh, that would be great.
Good. Cliff, this is a good-sized room. What was this at one time?
Well, the original intention for this space that we're in now was for mercantile use. It's about 3,000 square foot, the area we're standing in. The intention is to add an 800 square foot balcony level, which will provide 2 levels in this room, cut up some of this 19-foot headroom.
What would you use it for?
Well, we would hope to find a restaurant to take the space, or even retail.
I notice a hole in the wall, or what is that? Or in the side of your wall?
Well, we opened that up to expose the structural steel column to determine the load capacity of the structure, which was information needed to get the approvals on the conversion.
Now, following this room, where do we go?
Well, through the opening here will lead us to the new central core of the building.
Okay.
In this core, we'll have the new elevator, which will be located right in that shaftway. We'll have new steel and concrete fire-rated staircases extending vertically throughout, as well as the restrooms, the building service facilities such as the HVAC systems and the electrical systems, plumbing systems. They'll all be located within this central core.
Now, I see another opening in your stanchion there. Is that the same as in the other room?
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the vertical steel structure. As you can see, it's made up out of several components and riveted together.
Well, this building is pretty sound, huh?
It has the load capacity 3 times what is required for a building of this type.
Wow, they really built them in those days, huh?
Yes, the building's very well overbuilt.
And I see the rest of this first floor area here probably was mercantile also?
Yes, again, this is a mercantile space, and our intentions are to actually combine all the first floor mercantile spaces into one large space and then subdivide it for tenant needs. The idea is to maintain the historical integrity as much as possible. our plans are to cut in archways in these walls that maybe will extend to 4 feet from the ceiling height and go as far as maybe 2 feet within the column structure. And that, so in turn, it'll open up the space, and you'll still have that feeling of what the building originally was laid out to.
I could see a stairway up toward the second floor. What else? What do we have out here leading to it?
Now, this is the main entrance to the building.
Oh, okay.
We'll continue our restoration tour with Cliff Jones through the 19th century Buffalo Catholic Institute at Main and Virginia Streets in our next segment.
It's gonna be the same. I'm gonna change my way of living if that ain't enough. I change the way that I judge myself. Nobody wants you when you're old and gray. There'll be some changes made today. There'll be some changes made.